Welcome to NocBro Nation.
Welcome back, guys. Jarrell here.
And I'm Josh. And we're here for round 2 of Walking Dead TV characters that died too soon or didn't die early enough.
Yeah, guys. So our first round of 5 TV characters who died too soon and who should have died earlier. That was based off a Screen Rant article. We were giving our opinions. This one now is from our choices. And this is round 2. And we have some really good ones in here.
Yes, we do. Let's kick this thing off with an old school character, and that is Dale. Definitely died too soon.
Yeah, guys. So before we also get started, this will contain some comic book spoilers in here from some of these characters as well. But Dale, amazing character, died in season 2. Now, his death was due to the original showrunner being axed, and they were kind of friends. Frank Darabont. The actor who played Daryl worked with him on many other things. He came over to Walking Dead because of him, and when Darabont got fired, he's like, I want off the show, kill me, do whatever you need to, and then they decided to kill Daryl.
Because that actor, I liked that actor.
I thought he was perfect choice for Dale. Absolutely perfect. So, Dale actually died a lot later in the comic book series. He died when they were fighting against the Hunters. The Hunters were kind of like Terminus, so to speak. But more brutal.
Yes.
But so Dale definitely too soon in the show. I think they could have stretched him out.
In the TV show, Bob took Dale's place from Terminus.
Yep.
That was actually supposed to be Dale.
Yeah, definitely.
For those of you that don't know.
Yeah. Should have died earlier was the Savior Jared. He was the long-haired POS who... That dude should have just been killed.
That dude was annoying.
Like, I think Maggie should have pulled him out of the cage in front of all of them and just killed him.
Yeah, that dude was annoying. And maybe it speaks volumes to the actor because that dude got on my nerves.
Yeah.
Like, I think Morgan should have killed him.
Oh, he should have been dealt with long ago.
Yeah.
It should have. But I understand how they were kind of using him to kind of bring friction between some of the Saviors who really weren't truly on board with Negan and some that were, so it was just crazy.
Yeah. All right, next one is a huge one, and that is died too soon, Jesus. Definitely died too soon, considering the fact that Jesus made it all the way through the source material to the end. And in the show, as you may or may not know, Jesus dies in kind of the beginning of the Whisperers. When we first meet the Whisperers. Yeah,
it's sad. I mean, Tom Payne said that he wanted to go because they were not doing much with his character. Mm-hmm. His character was very huge in the comics, a big piece. He was part of a huge character death, which we will not say. Most of you will know who this is. We could be seeing it soon, but he was part of that. And he was just a badass dude in the comics. I mean, you see him fight. You see the martial arts come out. And we barely got to see that in the show, and they didn't do him justice.
Yeah,
man. It sucks.
He also played a pretty prominent role in being like that person that Rick talks to. You know, that I don't want to say assistant, that wartime person that is with you to help you. Kind of work things out, right? He did that on multiple. You saw it with Maggie. Mm-hmm. He was kind of like that way with Maggie.
Yeah, he was. He was kind of the guy who will give you both perspectives. If you're wanting to be vengeful, he'll kind of talk you down and be like, let's do this the proper way so that you're safe, we're all safe, and we're doing it the right way. So that's what I loved about Jesus, man. Amazing. Yep. Miss you, Tom Payne. The next one of should have died earlier, Nicholas. Glenn should have taken him out long ago.
Should have killed him in the forest.
Because he tried to kill him.
Yeah, should have killed him in the forest.
I was not happy that he took his own life, and then we got the whole dumpster thing where we thought Glenn was being killed. So it was... Yeah. I didn't like the guy.
And he was annoying, too.
He was annoying. He wanted to... I wouldn't say always wanted to double-cross them. He just didn't want to go with the direction of what our group wanted to do.
He thought he knew what was best for the community of Alexandria. And unfortunately, he'd never been outside the walls other than making runs, and Glenn knew that.
He knew that, and Glenn, being the nice guy that he is, didn't kill him in the forest after he almost died. Man, good guy Glenn, but you should have done it.
Yep.
Should have been done. All right, man. Hit up the next.
Me? Now, this death scene was brutal.
Oh.
One of the most brutal I've ever seen in the show. But died too soon, Noah.
Man, no, I think they really could have expanded Noah a lot. I really like the actor. I love the character. You know,
you thought that he was going in the right direction because he was talking to what's her name's husband about the walls and started taking a journal, and you thought like, okay, this dude's going to be the next, architect of another community. Like, this dude's going somewhere, and then no.
But a brutal way, man, as they're escaping, and he just, so brutal. But
no thanks to Nicholas, wasn't it?
Yeah, no thanks to him. But I mean, I loved how the actor gave us that reaction. I mean, acting is hard. So, I mean, having to act that you're being torn apart and eaten alive was just,
like, you could see jaws getting ripped off.
You could see it in his face when he's screaming, and you felt it. You were like, oh, God.
That was a brutal one. Like, everyone says, oh, Glenn was too brutal. No, Noah was probably just as bad.
Yeah. He's being eaten alive. Glenn was kind of knocked out alive, so to speak, and then you're done.
What freaked me out was the hand still moving with Glenn.
Yeah.
That was brutal.
All right, guys. This one I don't know if it'll upset any of you or not, but should have died earlier is Henry. Henry's and Lydia's relationship in the comics was Carl and Lydia. So they were trying to remix Carl's story in with Henry, and it just didn't work.
It felt rushed.
Nothing against the actor. I love the actor. You know, his sister played Sophia. His younger brother was in it as well. So, I mean, I just didn't like how they wrote Henry. They made him, yes, he's very naive. I understand that. Carl was kind of naive too. Carl was annoying at times, but he grew up, and most people never liked Chandler Riggs anyway.
No, they didn't.
Or even the character. But Henry, they just didn't really do it well. And I just think, I don't know. I don't know when they would have killed him.
I don't know if it was maybe like the stain that we had of him replacing Carl's storyline. Maybe that's what had something to do with it.
It may have just been with us because we're comic readers.
Maybe it was like that. But on the other hand, it was just like, I just didn't like the direction they were going with Henry.
Not really. And yes, they had a good relationship, but it was so fast. It was more of like a little high school type thing. I mean, it's just young kids in love, but I don't know. I mean, we haven't really got much of Lydia's story lately either. So, I mean, we'll see how that goes, because Lydia's was a pretty decent part during the Whisperer arc. And after that, not too much, but yeah, we'll see. All right, man.
My turn?
Yeah.
Died too soon, Sadiq. Sadiq, dude. Obviously, he survives the comics.
Yep.
And he has a pretty big role in there. He's prominent in the comics.
Yeah,
right?
He's very prominent in it. And
there was a lot more they could have done. I thought it was too soon.
Because, yeah, I mean, Sadiq was with the group that traveled who met the princess, who eventually meets the Commonwealth. He does make it to the end. And I just think that, yeah, the way that they killed Sadiq, brutal, but I didn't like it. And I understood that they were trying to deal with the fear aspect, the PTSD from after the incident with Alpha, but I think they could have made Sadiq get out of that.
Another reason why I think they died too soon is the acting. The actor was amazing.
Yeah.
And I just think that, like, some talent, maybe you keep around a little bit longer.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, he did a great job.
Yeah.
He was perfect, and I know they had to do it because the story was changed for Dante because Maggie wasn't there, and, we kind of already explained that, where Dante originally was going to him and Maggie were in a relationship in the comics, and due to Lauren Cohan, the showrunner did say they had to change Dante's character because Lauren Cohan left. But killing him sucked. So, this one might anger some of you.
It's gonna anger a lot. And what's funny is the order that we've gone in. Like, this one was my idea, but he gets it.
Yeah. Should have died earlier. King Ezekiel. Damn! King Ezekiel.
Listen to my reasoning here.
Hear it up.
It just feels like there's no more story left for King Ezekiel. We've had him lose his community. We've had him lose his close partner in Sheba. We've had him lose another partner in Carol. You could argue his wife. He's lost a child.
He has cancer.
He has cancer. Like, what more can we give this guy? And I just think that maybe losing him in the Battle of All Out War would have maybe been the best story and decision.
Right. So, I mean, for all of you guys who don't know, and we've given the spoiler warning already for the comics, but King Ezekiel actually was one of the Pike victims of Alpha.
Yep.
So he died during the Pikes in the comics. And if he would have died earlier, when would I have wanted him to die? Would I have wanted him to take his comic book death? No, I didn't think in the TV show his character really would have deserved it. I think, yeah, it would have been probably better for him to die in All Out War, trying to protect the kingdom.
Yeah.
Maybe making a last stand and being the final one to get his people free to safety, and he unfortunately ends up dying. Sacrifices himself. I think it probably would have been tough for Carol, but it would have maybe given Carol's character more strength than her kind of going crazy and kind of, disintegrating into herself, being by herself.
And maybe that goes into another storyline where, like, right now we have this broken Carol because she's lost Henry. Maybe Henry does take his natural death, source material death, and he's on the Pike instead of Henry. And instead of Carol...
Ezekiel, you mean?
I'm sorry, Ezekiel. Thank you. And now we see Carol mourning the death of her husband, or rather than
Henry
losing another child.
Right? Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
But then if we say...
Like, if you put King Ezekiel on the Pike, who are you taking down? Who are you personally taking down?
Who am I taking down? Mm-hmm. Goes into our next one, actually. who died too soon? Ozzy.
What a segue.
The Highwayman. Perfect. I would take down Ozzy, to be honest, because I really think that they introduced the Highwaymen and then they were done. Mm-hmm. I think they could have done something cool with the Highwaymen. Yeah. Those guys were cool.
Especially Ozzy. Ozzy was cool.
Badass. I mean, at first we were like, dude, who is this dude? Yeah. Like, in the trailers we were like, is that a whisperer? Remember, we were like, who is that guy? And it turned out to be Ozzy. So I think they could have done something really cool with them. And they killed them off. They killed them off so fast. That would probably be the only person I would take off the Pikes would be Ozzy. Everyone else was fine because some of them had their comic book one or two of them had their comic book death, and the rest were kind of off the show. But so
all right.
So final one should have died earlier.
Tara. Now Tara wasn't in the source material.
Nope.
So yeah, I enjoyed the story of meeting Tara in the TV show and continuing on. But when would you have killed her off?
Well, I was going to say maybe when she got separated, when she was at Oceanside, but that also helped Oceanside and the group get together for the weapons. But probably a little while after that, because you could
casualty of All Out War.
Yeah, I mean, you could see her storyline really dipping, and then we saw her on the Pikes, and it was very shocking. But you can kind of then it makes sense because her story was dipping.
I'd almost see her dying during the second lineup.
Yeah.
When the Saviors got into Alexandria.
Yeah, I could see that. So, I mean, the actress, amazing. We're not saying that we wanted them to die because we didn't like the actor or actress. No, we're going off of the character, the writing, and when they did die, where was their story really going? Was it progressing up and they died and we were like, oh crap? Or was it kind of going down and we're like...
That one was a Noah.
Okay.
Was it progressing and then Noah died?
Right.
Or was it Tara and it was already there?
Yeah.
And I mean, there was nothing left.
Yeah. So we want to know what you guys think. Some of you in our last video, you did give us some of your own opinions, and I took some of those and thought about a few of those. Some of them were kind of, I wouldn't say crazy, but we didn't get into it. So
please be gentle on the King Ezekiel.
But definitely let us know what you think of this round 2. We'll definitely look at more to see if we can do a round 3. Not sure if there's many characters left, or we can get in, or we can be real and get into some characters that may have to make a choice with.
Yeah, I mean, you want to go any further into round 3, and we're talking about some serious characters.
Yeah, we're getting into some big characters
Dwight!
here. Dwight! No, oh, definitely not Dwight.
Oh, I'm sorry, Daryl!
Daryl? Dude, we're losing so many subs right now. You said Daryl should have died. Yeah, let us know what you think in the comments, guys. Make sure if you're new, you subscribe, hit the bell so you're always notified utilizing your YouTube subscriptions. Feel free to follow us at NocBro Nation on Twitter and Facebook. And stay tuned for more from us. I'm Jarrell.
I'm Josh.
We're NocBro Nation.
We're out.